He's about to come up here and do his thing, so I need you to start picking up the energy. You can do much better than that. If you welcome to the mic, Randall Horton. And keep clapping, and keep clapping, keep clapping till he gets up here.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Ray?
All right. Yeah, I'm in Birmingham, right?
All right.
Yeah.
That, you know, like Rakim said, ain't where you from, it's where you at. So I always remember that. How's everybody doing?
Good.
First of all, I want to thank Mike for, bringing me here and inviting me. Definitely, I dig this place, man. It's a very cool place. You see a lot of stuff here. Comedy, poetry, music. That's what's up. All right, so we're gonna try to go on a little journey here, so y'all just bear with me. I think I got stuff together, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I probably read from a couple of books, but I'm reading from a book called The Lingua, Franca of 9th Street. I have a non-fiction chapbook called Roxbury, so I'll probably read from that. And I'm reading from a full-length memoir that I'm working on titled Father Forgive Me. So, here we go. 3 in the morning, and jeweled moonlight oozes through riverbed darkness into an alley squeezed on both sides by deserted row houses. Silver bathes the skin of a man who could see heaven. A corroded cylinder delivers crushing blow after blow between rain-black eyes until red no longer dazzles. Crushed bone and chunks of skin sing violently in the wind swirl. Maybe the man contemplates family or the prostitute's fantastical hips pulling him to this prayer altar. The terrible audacity of nightlife manifested, and how russet leaves spiral downward screaming, dear mercy. Hope is an optical illusion. From the 3rd floor, I witnessed it all in a urine and feces soiled room. Cradling a can crown of cigarette ashes, I draw hard a curving yellow-blue flame and exhale plumes of smoke. The man no longer breathes, and there are no words to flush from my mouth, stuck in the shape of an O. So, Reverend Ezel show can preach, or at least that's what they say. From the pulpit of the United Church of Christ, sporting white pinstripes and two-tone shoes, the color of paper money and communion wine, Reverend Ezel delivers Sunday morning sermon before the homeless eat pancakes and eggs. He is one half James Brown, the other Little Richard, the way his feet answers the organ's call. For an hour, he holds us hostage and preaches, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean out to thy own understanding. When he finishes spreading gospel, he takes out a pearl bone silk handkerchief and wipes his brow sweat. Careful to quick flash the pinky diamond blinding everybody in the first pew. Satisfied his good deed for the day is good, he accesses the back door into a stoplight red Cadillac with done-up white walls. Before he notices the CD player is gone, stolen, I bend the corner to Crown's pawn shop, hoping Reb understands it is better to give than to receive. So I'm working on this full-length non-fiction piece, right? And so I'm gonna read some prose. A short excerpt. I promise not to bore you too much. Last time I did, I didn't have the license. So I think I have license now. So, meaning time-wise. So, just to give you a little background, it's sort of you'll figure it out. But just to give you some context, there's a couple of people, Craig and Rome, are people that are sort of like in sort of like relationship with me in some kind of way in terms of what we're doing. And you will figure that out because it is definitely something that you explain. But I will say that it's a very interesting piece. So anyway, but aren't they all? And isn't everything interesting that we've heard? I mean, it's all interesting. So everybody's story is their story. So I'm sitting in the living room on a worn brown couch that sags in the middle, surveying the apartment while we wait on the person whom the woman has called to bring a half a kilo for $500 less than Craig wanted to charge. In the kitchen sink, dishes are piled in a mountain of ceramic and plastic. A tricycle with only one wheel on the back leans against what is supposed to be a dining room table. Only it is a card table with an ashtray and a pack of unopened cigarettes on top. In this business, I learned one must always think something is stirring due diligence in the woodwork. There is always a rat, a cockroach, or some other indestructible rodent or pest in the background. It is the only thing I have been certain in 33 years of living on Earth. From the time I learned to walk, there was always some male or female figure that instructed me to keep my guard up, to anticipate. Pugilist might be a better word. Stick and move, jab, sidestep, rope-a-dope, react, combinate. I get up, walk to the window, and our car is still parked in the same spot. The parking lot abandoned of people. I go back to the couch and sit down. Something in the milk ain't clean. Can't be. Rome watching television like he right at the crib. I want to ask him if he need a damn pillow and a drink, but instead I prepare to tell him I am out, gone, ghost, as in I got a feeling. Soon as I got that feeling, the front door burst open and 7 men enter with a variety of automatic weapons and handguns meant to blow a motherfucker 2 universes past kingdom come. This is how life stops and turns on a dime in a split second. 1 second before now, we were breathing easy, thinking of some event that would happen in the future. And just like that, we are contemplating how we're going to die. There is always one in the pack, itching to pull the curve of a trigger. Maybe he has no father, the bastard. Maybe his mother, the whore, is selling her body for crack. Maybe his need for money supersedes our need. Maybe he having a bad day and the assurance that someone could pay for his struggle is the impetus for him to blow us into oblivion. Please don't squeeze the trigger. I want to say, but I can't. It would be equivalent to cowardice because sadly, in my world, men have to take whatever life gives them square on the chin. Sometimes that means preparation for death. Tears and begging speak of the weak. No room for emotion and compassion and tenderness and scared. Had to take it like a man before I graduated from crawling to walking. Rome doesn't stop staring at the AKAs, Mac 10s, 9mm, and 44 longs locked and loaded on his skull. I recline back on the sofa knowing this may be my last day on Earth. Bitch set us up. Fucked around and we in a trick bag. Slip is what we did. Caught with our pants down below the kneecaps. Instead of the police, we get the stick-up boys. Death rattling hard at the door, and we gotta find something out right here, right now, or tomorrow will be afterthoughts and whatever memory we leave behind. One of the men walks over and places the open end of the 357 to my temple, and I'm back at my grandmother's green clapboard house in Birmingham, Alabama. Men and women playing spades, drinking red-looking Dixie cups, and listening to the jukebox recapitulate a certain kind of blues one can only know growing up in Alabama. Smoke so thick you can cut it with a butter knife. And I'm 10, and Bookie, my grandmother's boyfriend, is yelling at her because she is yelling at him for drinking too much goddamn liquor. He raised his fist like he wanted to hit her, and I remember I wanted to shoot him with a gun. However, all I had was a homemade rubber band shooter, and imagine tying a clothespin to the tip of a fallen pecan branch, straining the rubber band until it latched in a cock position. Then I imagined the rubber band shooter to be a sawed-off shotgun, and when I squeeze the trigger, Bookie's chest explodes into a collage of red. One squeeze of the trigger, and grandmother would be free from the ignorance of a fool. Yet, I quickly dismissed this deed. I would never be capable of taking a human life. Guns kill, and I could not kill. Unfortunately, the guy pointing the nickel-plated .357 at my head did not harbor the same feelings as I about guns and the permanent damage they inflict. He understood bang is forever. And if forever is where I needed to go for him to get that money, then he would most happily escort me there. Clearly, they wanted, no, needed the $10,000 wrapped around Rome's waist in a money sack. I wanted, no, needed for this not to be the place where my dead body would be rolled onto the stretcher and into an ambulance. My mother could not call late in the morning informing that her only son was found deader than a doorknob in a project apartment in Northwest Miami. Before the man could speak, I did in a calm manner. I told him we were unarmed and that it's yours, baby boy. This gets him to relax his stance and loosen his face muscles a bit. Grown, given the money, I calmly ask him that. Yet he looks at me and does not flinch a face muscle. I repeat, give him the money. And I can tell he is wrestling with the idea of being robbed again. This trip has been nothing but disastrous from the get-go. How does one get robbed twice on a drug trip? The idea is to make money, not lose money. However, this is not the time to be hero. All the heroes I know in the boneyard, 6 feet deep, covered in dirt, face up, rigor in effect. The hesitation is too much that I want to leap across the room and smack him for playing with my life. The man with .357 points the barrel at Rome and he asks, where that money at? This, in turn, incites the other men who have circled us so that any gunfire will result in splattered skull and bone fragments sprayed everywhere, at the very least. Someone among them wants to really kill us. I am certain of this. For whatever reason, the light bulb pops on in Rome's head. He raises up slowly, unbuttons his shirt, and slides the money belt from his waist. The guy holding the .357 walks over and grabs the money. He's looking at me now. If you're going to shoot, then shoot. Let's get this over with right now. No, I will not beg for my life like a dog. If that's what you want, these streets got me like they got you. Game, recognize game. Shoot. He cannot hear what I'm thinking, but he knows. I still understand that one of these men pointing a gun at me still craves to pull the trigger. There is always one. But this evening, the alpha male, the one who stops all movement when he speaks, the guy holding the .357 who has no problem boring a tunnel in a person's forehead, decides, fair exchange, no robbery, no harm, no foul. Everything even Steven. Tonight, we live to see another day. Oh.